How's it going, guys? Welcome to this video where I'm going to show you how to get your guitar in tune. This video is part of my Learn 10 Songs in 10 Days for Kids. So first things first, if you're less than 12 years old or around 12 years old, I wouldn't recommend that you tune your own guitar. You want to probably get an adult to help you with it, to at least show you how to do it, and perhaps adult supervision at the very least. So with that in mind, hello the adults that have no intention of playing guitar but are tuning it for someone else. Welcome. I'm going to talk you through this and it's going to be really quick. And also I'm going to do this using a free app. The app that I would recommend is called Guitar Tuner. It claims to be the #1 tuner in the world, and I don't know about that, but it's certainly the easiest one that I have found that anybody can pick up and get their guitar in what we call standard tuning. So this is going to be tuning your strings to E, A, D, G, B, E. This tuner means you don't even have to remember that, but it's a really great thing to try and remember at this stage. The best way to remember it is a little phrase, something like, Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie, or elephants and donkeys, grow big ears. Let me know your favourite phrase to remember the tuner notes in the comments below, and also let me know any apps that you use that are great to help you tune your guitar for free, and anything else you might want to share with beginners. But let's make a start with this tuner now. So we can see here the image that we have is very similar to the guitar that I have in my hand, though it is that way around, but we're going to have it this way around for now. And whenever I play a note, it gives me a little tick when it's in tune, and it also tells me the letter names around there, so we don't even have to remember them. What I'm going to do now is just quickly detune my guitar so the notes are totally out of tune, and then we'll tune this up together. So there we go, I am now out of tune, and if I play a standard chord, it sounds really bad. Okay, so this is why we need to make sure you tune your guitar every time you're going to play your guitar. It is essential that your guitar is in tune before you play it, but also this can be a new skill for many people. So like we're trying to encourage people to pick up their guitar every day, you should try and tune your guitar every day so that you're not scared of doing it, so that you get used to it. And you will get used to it very quickly. So if I play the thickest string, it automatically picks up that I want to tune that string, and it tells me if I'm too low or too high. It doesn't do it as well while I'm talking. So let me show you first of all. I'm going to turn this anti-clockwise, so this way, like this, to raise the pitch. It's telling me I'm too low. When I get close, it tells me. And when I'm spot on, it gives me a little tick sound, which is always good. So now we can move on to the next one. If you were too high, you would just turn it clockwise. But I know all these strings are too low, so I'm going to be making all the strings higher. And it is most common that you'll have to do that when you're tuning your guitar, unless your brother or sister or someone has turned these tuning pegs without you knowing, which does happen sometimes. So let's do the A now. It picks up, it might think that it's the E because it's so low, but we know it's the A. It's always good to just play it a couple of times. Did you see that it kind of went past? It's saying I'm too high now, so picking it, it's good to get into the habit of picking your string, or the string that you're wanting to tune, about once every second. Don't play it once and then let it kind of die out. Keep the note ringing, because as well it will also be higher when you first play it, and then it sort of goes down. So when you play it, it will be up here and then it will move down. That's totally normal, but what we're wanting is just to get that average of it being in the middle. Next string now is the D. Eddie ate dynamite. God, we give Eddie a bad time when we're tuning our guitar. It's gone green, but I'm going to keep playing it just to check. But yes, we are good. So I'm going to go around the outside now to this one, because that corresponds with the next string down here. So I've gone from the thickest to the thinnest. Always a good habit to get into. And this string, I'm going to detune it even more. It's now really low for that string anyway. So this now says I'm on an A, but I know I want that G because I'm tuning this peg. So I'm going to turn that now clockwise because they're upside down. And this is where you need to use your ears a little bit, and it's why it's a great exercise tuning your guitar just to get used to pitch and get used to music, because you want to make sure you're tuning it the right way. So we want to go up, and we can hear it's kind of boinging upwards all the way until we get to the G. No good on any of the others, we want it on the G for good. Now you need to check that you're doing this one, because if I'd have gone past it and I was going to this one, there is a chance that if you get it a long way off, you could break a string. Which is why you want to get an adult to do it if you're not a teenager yet. You can learn, and if you're confident, you can do it with supervision. But that's all we're wanting. Next one is the B. This is this one. Thinks I'm on G because I'm so low. And finally, we're going to go for the E. It's not that low. And there we go, every string on our guitar has now been tuned to where it wants to be. Now it's always a good idea, even if it sounds in tune now, it's always a good idea just to check each one of those again, especially if it's been a long way out of tune. So if I go back to the thickest string now, it's now saying I'm too low. And that's because this is a physical instrument and that neck has been moved just a little bit, or these strings can slip here. So especially when you're first getting used to this, or if it was a long way out, just check them again. Another good tip is if you're turning the tuning peg but nothing's happening, double check you are picking the right string, because that's the number one thing that will happen. But a nice thing to do as well is if you're turning this and it's not going anywhere, to kind of go purposefully too low and come up to it. So if you get close and you're like, nothing's happening, just go low, like a little bit too low, and then get up to it. Like kind of, especially if you're a little bit high and you're coming down and it's not moving, just coming too low and always trying to come up to the note, up to pitch, tends to be the best way to tune an instrument. That one's good. And that one's good. So I hope some of you have found that useful. There are, of course, clip-on tuners and even stomp box tuners. So these are really common and they come in guitar packs, but they're not really needed as a separate purchase unless you're in a noisy environment, in which case these ones are great because they actually work by the vibrations, not by a microphone. These stomp box style ones are only needed if you're playing in a band or you're gigging, because they're a lot more rugged and it's a lot more practical to have it on the floor and in a box when you're doing a gig, and they will mute the sound that you make as well, so that not everyone has to listen to you tuning up. That Boss one is available in an app as well, but in my experience that's just a little bit too difficult or a little bit too professional, too many options. That one is great for beginners that are still getting used to what tuning is, and it's very plug and play. That would be my recommendation. Let me know your recommendations in the comments below, and I hope some of you will undertake in this free 10 songs in 10 days series, which is on YouTube. It's on the andyguitar.co.uk website and also on the Andy Guitar app. There'll be more help and notes and little practice notes on the website and app, but it's on YouTube as well. I hope many of you enjoy it, and I hope to see you in some of those videos.